Alright guys, welcome back to our Digimon World Next Order Let's Play. I am of course Jack. We are here today for our 11th bonus episode with two brand new Digis as promised at the end of the last bonus episode. So we have been very busy, so let me catch you guys up really quickly. We have both Clive and we have Steve here today. In fact, let me just move my webcam a little bit to the side. I think that's better. Looks better. Alright, hope maybe nobody cares. But anyways, we're here with Clive, we're here with Steve, our two new Digimon. We've been doing a couple of live streams over the course of this week in preparation for this particular bonus episode, so there has been a lot of kind of hard work, off-screen kind of grinding going on. If you guys are at all interested in any of those live streams, they are both roughly 6 hours long and they are both up here on the channel. So if you want to see us, if you want to see the guys that were involved in the live stream talking nonsense, the chat is live and you can see all the steps that we took to get to this point. I'm obviously going to fill you in just a little minute on all the stuff that we did to get here anyways, so don't worry about that if you're not bothered about watching the live streams, but they are there. I'm going to talk you guys through what we're going to be doing in just a little minute with both our two new Digis. We're going to be doing, well, first of all, we're going to be fighting against Darkdramon. We're going to be getting that quest out of the way now that we finally have Bancho Leomon. We're probably going to be going along to Mirage Galgamon and dealing with his sorry ass as well. And then after that point, maybe we will even get to see an Alphamon fight. I know I've teased that a lot recently, but maybe we can actually get around to it this episode. Who knows what's in store? But regardless, our next episode kicks off right now. Let's go. Okay, fellow and fellowettes, let's have a quick peek, because the first thing that you guys will be interested in is getting a quick catch up. If I have been doing a bunch of grinding during the live streams, you might be wondering where we're at in terms of basically how much money we have, what our tamer stats are like, what the guys' strength levels are like. I'll talk you through everything. So here we are here. We have about 89 grand, or in fact that's a complete lie, we have 891 grand I should say. We're very close to another tamer level up, and we actually have a couple of bonus tamer XP points to spend. I'm not sure what we're going to do with these just yet. I might leave them till later. It's likely we're going to be taking this at some point, but I do also want to keep enough points for the fishing points as well, because we're probably going to be doing our fishing episode at some point soon too. So I won't spend these just now, but in terms of our money and our tamer XP, we are level 45 tamer level, I guess. And yeah, that's pretty much all that good stuff. I will quickly jump into the stats of both Clive and Steve here. If I hide my webcam, you can see that they are probably the most strongest. In fact, I know for a fact they are the strongest Digimon we have had up until this point in the Let's Play. That seems to be a recurring trend the more we play through. But here is Clive. Well, first of all, he is a Hercules Kabuterimon, as I should point out. He's very good at doing a bunch of fire damage and wind damage. I assumed that because he was a bug he would be able to do like elemental damage, but unfortunately that's not the case. Not a big deal though, he's really strong. And then obviously Steve we have here, who is just as strong, and he specialises in hand-to-hand skill, being a Bancho Leomon, obviously. So what I should say is that when we were training these guys up, again, it's all in the live stream if you want to see all of the intricate details, but for the most part, Clive, I just let Digivolve completely whichever way he wanted, so the fact that he is turned into an Hercules Kabuterimon is completely, it was left up to chance. I just let the Digigods decide about that one, it was completely up to fate. Steve, on the other hand, when he was going through his Digivolution phases, we were purposefully locking off his other options inside the dojo, and therefore, like, he didn't get any choice in the matter. He was just he was always going to be a Bancho Leomon. So with that in mind, let's actually head along to Modcape, where we can find our boy Darkdramon and hopefully get this fight out of the way. So here we go. If we go along to Yield Modcape, I'm pretty sure it is about time that we dance with this guy. Now, I think, guys, based on the fact that I have been training these dudes up to become very powerful, I mean 8k stats each roughly, their strength levels aren't quite up to that in the case of one of our Digis. I think it might be Steve. Doesn't have as much strength as Clive does, but their stats are huge regardless. I think when we actually go into this Darkdramon fight, we are going to absolutely destroy him, which might seem a little bit underwhelming because we have waited a long time to be able to fight this gentleman. it is a bit of a shame in that regard, but I mean, maybe we'll just let the battle speak from itself. I might be surprised at how powerful he is, but given how strong we are personally, I think we're going to absolutely annihilate him. I should also point out that with both our two new Digis here, with Bancho and with Hercules Kabuterimon, I have never saw who these guys fuse into in terms of EXE, so that's going to be a complete mystery. They do have EXE available to them right now at this point in time, so yeah, we will be able to do that later on. I think it'll probably be against Alphamon inside the Logic Volcano and Omegamon. Can you guys get out of the fucking way, please? Anyways, we will be able to, again, I get that surprise. I don't know, I mean, maybe some of you guys will have had this particular pairing before, and you will be aware of who they Digivolve into, but for me, myself, this is a complete mystery. I've had Bancho Leomon in the past, never had Hercules Kabuterimon before, and for that reason alone, I'm kind of excited for that, but we'll get to that later on. Obviously, we are here with the main agenda, or one of our main agendas. I guess this could be the starter of the episode, if you like. Here's Dartramon, let's find out what he's got to say to it. He says, would you bat with me as a sparring partner? And finally we get the option. So he's a man of few words this time around. In the past he has talked nonsense about needing to fight against Bancho Leomon and someone with a melee move. Now that we have our very own Bancho, we should be able to help him practice. So let's see how powerful this guy is. But again, don't get excited folks, because I have a feeling it looks like our little battle arena is actually going to be at the top of the wooden ramp here. He's level 40 and honestly I am kind of nervous for this guy. It's not exactly a thrilling arena to be fighting, and to be honest, this tiny little bit at the top of the ramp, but I guess we're making do with what we've got. If any of these guys could swim, then I guess we'd be fighting out on the ocean, but and I guess in that sense, Hercules Kabuterimon does have his wings and Dartramon has his wings, but Bancho unfortunately does not. Luckily, we do get to see Dark Roar, which is, of course, Dartramon's special ability, I guess, his trademark signature move. We could probably use our limit breaks back if he doesn't die, but unfortunately he does die. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the Dartramon quest that we trained up our Bancho Leomon for. It is such a pain that we had to work so hard to get to the stage for that very, very quick battle, but obviously we kind of overtrained, in all honesty. We overtrained our guys to get to this point, but it's mostly for the other fights that we've got to do later on in the rest of our post game. It's not specifically for Dartramon. He just happened to be an unfortunate collateral of the training. But anyways, next time we meet, he says, I might have some good news for you. Look forward to the results of my battle, and off he pops. And I'm pretty sure for the time being that is us done with Dartramon. I don't know if we have to speak to Bancho Leomon back in the city or not. I assumed honestly at that point in time that Dartramon would just straight up join the city, but I'm guessing not. There must be a further interaction in that quest line, but that's fine. I think with that being said, let's actually just take an autopilot back to our town, and then I think from here we will probably be going along to the server desert. I guess we could talk to Bancho Leomon at some point as well, or maybe we'll get an update via Digimail. I'm not entirely sure. I might have to look that up in the future, guys, but for the time being, let me go along to the server desert. I'm going to go to the hinterland because that's the fastest way there, and here we go. Alright fellas, welcome back. I actually just had a quick peek online to check about the Dartramon quest, and I think actually what happens is you have to fight him 3 times. We'll confirm that in a minute when we go back. I think I could have actually just respawned in the area, like I could have exited the loading screen and came back in, but it's okay, we'll go back and check him out in a little bit. For the time being, let's focus on our next part of the episode, which is to fight against Mirage Galgamon. I should have said that a second ago, I'm pretty sure. If I said I was going on to fight Dartramon again, that was a lie, but anyways. In order to fight this dude, I'm pretty sure we had to get our Colosseum up to max rank level 3, which is exactly what we have been doing. Again, we did that on the stream. We were running around while we were waiting for our 2 megas to digivolve, and we did a bit of resource collecting. And both inside the tunnels, the space-time transporter, and then also just inside the game as a whole. So anyways, Mirage Galgamon's here. He's looking very glamorous in his blue suit of armour. His claws are looking extremely sharp. He says, it's you, the human that's been making a splash in the Colosseum lately. I mean, not particularly true as we haven't touched the Colosseum, but I guess Mirage Galgamon doesn't know that. I am Mirage, he says, once I was known far and wide as the champion of the City Colosseum. I had whispers of the wind of you, on the wind of you, and now I wish to engage in combat. If you can beat me in 30 seconds, I promise to become your ally. What do you say? Now, to beat this guy in 30 seconds seems like it might be a challenging fight, but we're going to give it a bash anyway. Obviously, as soon as this fight starts, I'm going to throw 2 utility plugins to try and make things easier. He is level 40, so I guess the trick in this fight is to try and get up to our limit breaks ASAP. So, we're pretty... well, right, that was anticlimactic. But anyways, looks like we don't have to get to our limit breaks, and one Thundershock from from Clive will do the trick. Right, well, I would like to pretend that that was going to be a big intense battle, but I think the fact that the game places a 30-second restraint on you, I think they probably nerfed Mirage Galgamon to try and allow you to pass that, otherwise that challenge would be particularly hard. But in all honesty, it was a complete opposite. I feel kind of sorry for him, in all honesty, but we beat him, I guess, which is the main thing. Such power, says Mirage Galgamon. Your reputation in the Colosseum was well deserved. As promised, we are comrades. To the city I go. Let's see. I'll join the Colosseum again, but not as a fighter. Until next we meet. And just like that, we've picked up one more city recruit, which feels good because I haven't done that in a couple of weeks. So let's see. Time me autopilot. We're going to go back, talk to Jijimon, find out about Mirage, and then probably head back to Modcape and see if we can't proc Darkdramon to appear again. We'll see if the rumours online were true, but anyways. He said he was going to the Colosseum and you should check back with him there one night. I guess he's going to offer us a special ability or maybe even a unique fight. One thing I can talk about with you guys, folks, is obviously while we have been upgrading our city residents and our city buildings, Jijimon's house is one of the buildings that we finally upgraded. So inside it's got this kind of nice white stony kind of floor. Honestly, it's the only major change. I guess they've added like plants and stuff. And the main difference is that Koromon now gives us better items as a special result of that. Now, the items he gives us aren't necessarily a lot better. I thought that they would be super exciting. I thought he would give us like super recoveries and things. He doesn't. Every single time I've spoke to him so far, he has only given us like 2 medium recoveries instead of 1 and things like that nature. So it's not that hype. But anyways, outside Jijimon's house does look like this, which is kind of nice. Again, some of you guys might have seen that, some of you might have not. I don't know. I'm just kind of letting everybody, the general consensus, see what's been going on. But other than that, the only buildings we've been upgrading is I think we upgraded the restaurant another level. And then we have also put on some of the fishing bank upgrades. They're not finished at this point in time, but they will be very, very soon. So I'm very excited to be able to show you guys that once it's done. We have 51 holy water, and we need to get to 70 holy water in order to upgrade it one more time, and that will be the fishing bank completely donezo. So another 19 holy water, and we'll be good to go. Luckily, we can harvest it from inside the space-time transporter, and also at Absolute Zero and inside Bonnie Resort Church. So there is multiple places where we can grab that resource. So we should be okay. It's just a matter of when, not a matter of how at this point. So I'm looking forward to show you guys that. And then also as well, one last upgrade we put on was actually the item shop as well. Because we were scanning for water inside the space-time continuum. Why do I keep calling it the space-time continuum? It's the space-time transporter, you know, the district dimension. When we were doing the pathway runs, I picked up a lot of other metals and materials when I was trying to get the water, and as a result we've been firing on buildings left and right. So at some point this episode we will travel to the business district and I will show you guys the finalised item shop, which will be quite exciting because I've never done that before as well. Now these Siegmon always refuse to get out of the way. I don't think we're going to be able to. There we go. Can we just... Almost masterfully done, but then Bancho was just like, nah man, we gotta fight these guys. I guess it's a bit of revenge for earlier on in the series when these Siegmon, these very same Siegmon were extremely painful and absolutely destroyed us. So we are literally... That is a Siegmon that we can fight against, so I don't want to ram into him. Alright, looks like Darktramon's back, which is good. We're bringing our third party member along with us here, Siegmon. Let's see what he says to us this time. That was my mistake earlier, guys. I thought that we only had to fight him once. Turns out you have to fight him 3 times. And it's to do with like the 3 types of, I guess, abilities that you can use as a Digimon trainer or something like that. Hopefully he'll give us some more info, but despite all the help you gave me, I lost again. I was able to deal with that flashy boss punch, but I was done by another attack, one from his sharp blade. So it looks like in between our training, Darkdramon is actually travelling back to Bancho-Leomon, and he's been fighting with him. He's not strong enough just yet, so it looks like in order to fix that, we're going to have to try and help him again. I need a blade-wielding Digimon to spar with me. Of course, we'll fight you. In this case, the reason Bancho-Leomon is so good for this questline then, guys, is because no matter... When you come back to this guy for 3 times to fight him over and over again, you're able to challenge him every single time. Bancho obviously has the flashy boss punch. That's his main ability, and then he also has the sword. And then who knows what the third condition is going to be, but I guess we'll find out in just a minute. Anyways, I think, in all honesty, that poor Darkdramon here is going to be pretty sucky. He's going to give it his best. Though I have a bit of a soft spot for Darkjamon because he is one of the Digimon that was in my party when I finally beat Leopardmon inside Cyber Sleuth 1. I don't know why he was in that particular lineup. I think it's because he's a very, very quick Digimon and you needed fast Digimon in order to kind of combat the speed of Leopardmon. But that's going to be another limit break, you cheeky son of a bitch. Unfortunately, I cannot defend it because young Hercules is in a bit of a depression right now. He's got that weird symbol above his head, which means that he's going to have to take all 11k of that damage to the face. And he's now going to be slow to respond to the end of this fight, unfortunately. But with that being said, I honestly think that... I guess in this regard, Darkjamon put up a lot more of a fight. So maybe the third time we challenge this dude, he will actually be a proper battle. But there we go. Dunzo again. We get no stats from this guy. Absolutely none. And 11k bits. I guess we do get the most minuscule of points, but it's really nothing exciting. Yes, I get it now, he says. Thank you for your cooperation. I'll be able to handle punches next time. Next time we meet, I might have some good news for you. Look forward to the results of my battle. And off he pops again. Now, let's see if we can't just... he should appear down on that little... down on the pier there if we exit and then come back into this area. And then hopefully that'll be us actually properly done with the Darkjamon quest. So, yeah, he is. Unless he's beat Bancho Leomon this time, it looks like he got a pretty quick ass whooping if he's back already. I feel kind of bad for him, in all honesty, but geez, I don't know how I feel. In saying that, I don't know how I feel worse for at this point because obviously Darkjamon's getting his ass kicked, but for us to navigate down to him, we have to get through all these bloody Seedramon, which is borderline making me grit my teeth here. It is what it is. Let's just get through it. We'll probably have to fight the next group here as well because these guys are always standing right next to each other. I don't think we're going to be able to get past them. Although in saying that, we instantly do. Can we just do this perfectly? Hey Darkjamon, we brought all of our friends with us. What's up, dude? How pathetic. My 4th loss. God, man, he's really having a rough day. Normally, if you're having a losing streak, mate, it's a good idea to take a break. But I guess he's just too relentless. My guard against his punch and blade attacks was perfect, but I still lost. What should I do now? Bancho Leomon's jacket, just looking at it leaves me awestruck. That's an impression anyway. Oh well, in that case, what if I fought a Digimon with a cape? Might as well give it a shot. And then yet again, because our Bancho has his epic leather jacket or whatever, we are able to finally do the 3rd round. So let's see. I think what's supposed to happen in this fight, guys, as with a lot of matchups in this game, when you fight against boss fights like this where you can fight them a couple of times over, I think what you've realistically, you're supposed to go away. Why can I never defend with you, you piece of shit? I mean, Hercules Cabotera, man. Normally what happens is you're supposed to go away and then come back probably days or weeks later and then challenge the Digimon again, but because we are just so OP at this point, and because we are kind of running out of tasks left to complete in the game, we're obviously just going to mash him 3 times in a row. Whether he does get a small increase in power, a small buff in between the rounds, I'm not entirely sure. I'm going to guess that he does get a small buff, but realistically, I'm not sure. He is still dying pretty quickly, and his level certainly hasn't increased, so who knows. It looks like at this point in time, I don't think Hercules is going to be able to pop off his limit break, so I'm just going to use Flashy Boss Punch, which might finish this guy off, and I feel kind of bad because he's lost so many times to Bancho Leomon with his Flashy Boss Punch that we're just going to end him with ours. Kind of ironic in a way, and I wish that we could help him out, but honestly, we're not going to give this guy the free W. He's got to earn that shit. Darkjamon says, phew, just as I thought, with loss after loss, I forgot something important, he says, so there might be a bit of a silver lining for the poor guy. Believing in my own skill, no matter the opponent, what's more? Yo, oh wait, hey, is that Steve? Is that Steve? No, it's our friendly, obviously it's the friendly Darkjamon. Why, you there? Say what? I got no problem with throwing down. No, it's fine with me, I suppose, says Darkjamon. Wait a minute. Dude, you can't talk mad shit to us about wanting to beat this guy, and then when he finally turns up for a 5th round, you shy away. I knew about this intense training of yours, you know. That's why I have the most fun fighting you, Darkjamon. Darkjamon's confused about this. He's like, why? You beat me every time. Why would you be hyped about fighting me? You're right, Bancho. I feel the same way. The joy of combat, the splendor of a rivalry. God, this is getting a bit bromance in here. If you understand that much, then you already have my... Hold on, save it for after the fight, yeah? You got that right. Watch me, would you, Wolfie? Sure. We're not going to have to fight both these guys, are we? Here I go. And there they clash. We get no sound for this, which is super, super weird. I don't know. This can't be a bug. I think the game's just silent. Yeah, there we go. So here we go. We get full-on screen here with Bancho and Darkjamon here. looks like they're both tired. I won, so Digimon looks like he got the upper hand. It's a shame we didn't actually get to see that properly, but aha, I lost, says Bancho. Let's come back in here. Come on, buddy, save it. Let's go. Very well. Wolfie, would you mind if I called you buddy too? You certainly can, my friend. And off he pops. Alright, Digimon finally accomplished. One more city resident. And for the most part, we're feeling good and we're looking good, guys. I think it's about time we actually put ourselves up against a proper challenge, though. What do you guys think? I'm kind of nervous about this, but I think it's about time we wandered along and tangled with Alphamon inside Logic Volcano. Wolfie, you're back. I have good news. Digimon has come to the Floatia and he's went to the item shop. Maybe he's friends with Bancho. Interesting. And our prosperity is, of course, at 198. Absolutely insane, guys. I'm really starting to get a bit excited here. For the first time ever, we might eventually complete all of the city residents in this game. First time for me, specifically, but it's pretty hype, and I'm nervous. I'm wondering, it's going to be such a long time since I've had a trophy in this game, so to actually see that achievement completed might be spicy. So here we go, just in time for us recruiting Bancho. Well, we've already got Bancho. In time for us recruiting Digimon, we actually have just upgraded our item bank, so I guess we can do two things for the price of one. Now I think Bancho will be along here, so let's actually go and check in this place first. It's going to be a bit crowded in here. Alright, okay, so I guess he's not in this place. Interesting. I should point out, guys, the Numemon here, one thing that we did do during the stream that I meant to say for this particular point of the bonus episode, but I did not. You can actually speak to Numemon once you make 1,000,000 bits in this game, and she gives you a reward. Unfortunately, it is just 2 Digivolution stones, and it is to transform into Jijimon. It's a massive joke, honestly, but yeah, it's something that you guys should know about. If you are trying to get 1,000,000 bits for Platinum Numemon, don't go out of your way because the reward is not that hype. Unless Jijimon is your favourite Digimon. In that case, knock yourselves the fuck out. But anyways, I should also point out that down here we had a lot of scrolls to sell with Etemon. We actually did that yesterday. The scrolls went up to I think it was 6k, and I'm glad that we sold them all when we had the chance, because it looks like now they've actually went down in price. In fact, it says that yesterday the scrolls were 319, so it must have actually been a few days ago. You see, a week ago when the price was red, it must have been during our training at some point, but regardless, we sold all of our scrolls, we made an absolute boatload of money, and that's what took us up to 1,000,000 bits that allowed us to do the Platinum Numemon thing. But anyways, with our last upgrade, we get a little sign above the door here, which I'm trying to show you, but if my big fucking insect Digimon would get out of the way, I don't know, it looks like it's got a domino on it or something. I'm not sure what that's supposed to be. But anyways, here we are inside the item shop, and by God, does it look busy. Let's talk to Digimon first, because he's the most important here. I'm not sure if this job suits me, he says, but Bancho invited me to the item shop, so here I am. I specialise in rare things, so let's see what I can bring. Let's see what he's actually got in his inventory. We can buy one thing from him. One thing. And it's 100,000 bits, and it's a Platinum Numemon Digivolution Stone. Which we already have 46 of. Does that change every day? I really hope that changes every day. They really love the Numemon family inside this game. I don't know what it is. They have so much stuff committed to it at this point. They've got a quest line. They've got tons of Digimon that you can recruit, and all these fucking memes dotted about. I don't know if it blows my mind. But anyways, let's top up on our super recoveries, guys, because we are going into one of the most challenging fights in the game, and for that reason alone, I actually can only buy 99, so that's exactly what we're going to do. We have more than enough. We can actually buy super regens now, which is obviously the bonus point of being able to upgrade this place to the final upgrade, I guess, level 5. We can now purchase these. Fantastic. Absolutely over the moon about that. We have enough autopilots, porta potties, super recoveries, plenty of MP. I think we're as good as we're ever going to be in order to do this. So I am going to head along to the Logic Volcano, folks, and I'm going to meet you guys there for one of well, I say the most challenging, one of the hardest fights in the game. Hope you're ready. Here we go. Alright guys, welcome back. All of our hard work and effort and dedication has led up to this point. We'll see if the big dogs, the biggest of dogs, have anything to throw at us. I'm expecting this fight to go pretty trickily. Trickily, is that even a word? It's going to be quite difficult anyway. The hardest point of this fight is going to be trying to survive to get to well, we're already Mega, to get to EXE Digivolution. If we can get to EXE Digivolution, then I'm thinking that we'll have a pretty good chance of smashing these guys. But it's going to be, as I said, the hardest point is going to be to try and survive. So we have the Shamamon in the way, which are going to make a lot of noise. But regardless, obviously we're here for Omegamon and Alphamon. Shamamon, unfortunately, is not the ultimate Digimon that we're here for. And we can speak to either, but obviously I think we should probably... Should we talk to Alphamon or Omegamon? Let's talk to Omegamon. See what these big guys have got to say to it. So you're Wolfie, they say, and they're both standing next to each other, just looking at us. I'm kind of like, hi guys, what's up? You have to look at someone only... you have this look only someone who saved the world could have. Well, I don't know what that looks like, but apparently we've got it. Feels good. Show that power to Omegamon, the one who governs the end, and Alphamon, and I to Alphamon, the one who governs the beginning. I feel like you guys have got that a bit back to front, but regardless, obviously Alphamon, I guess, does govern the beginning, being the A. Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. I'm sure if you guys have played Fallout 3, you'll be familiar with that verse from, I think is it Revelations or something in the Bible? I'm not sure, but anyways. Here we go. It is time, guys. Let us try and beat these guys. Level 65, we're going to throw our utility plugins. We only have 6, so again, both Clive and Steve are extremely, extremely powerful Digimon, but I am going to try and get these guys up to EXE instantly and keep an eye on that. Having 2 Digimon at like high level will obviously be good because we will split the damage of their abilities, and then on top of that we will also be able to do like basically double damage. But here's our first limit break. Looks like Alphamon's going to hit us with his old trusty Blade of the Dragon King. Dude, I don't know how Alphamon lives his life with that thing on his back, but regardless, is that his wings, I guess? Pretty handy for when he needs to fly, but when he's not flying, I don't know how useful it's going to be, realistically. Looks like we've got Magma Bomb being used on us, we've got Nightmare being used on us, and actually we're putting Alphamon down to an extremely, extremely low amount of HP already. We might not even need EXE for this fight, which is pretty ridiculous if you ask me, but regardless, we seem to be doing a lot of damage. I think we will end up EXEing anyway, just for the banter. That right there is Holy Nova, and it's none of our Digimon that are using that, so if I could use my... In fact, can I actually... Does EXE overwrite? It does. So even if you have the sad face when you're trying to use EXE, you can still do it. No idea who these guys are going to become. If I was to have a guess, maybe Chaosmon? I'm thinking of Digimon with coats and like cloaks, and I think because we've got Bancho. Who knows? I guess we'll just leave it up to fate. I would love to see a Crimson mode Gallantmon, but I don't think realistically we have any of the parts for that. Although in saying that, who knows? Is this going to be Paladramon again? For the love of God. He's back, boys. He's back. McBuff, what's up, dude? He only... Oh, jeez. I feel like that's... I feel like that's not a surprise. Well, it's a surprise, but it's not a really hype moment. I thought hopefully we would get to see another Digivolve, but looks like McBuff's back. He is probably the staple. He's probably the staple of our Next Order Let's Play at this point. So I guess he was like, you know what, guys? I'm not done here. Here we got Supreme Cannon, Transcendent Sword, the kind of dual limit break of Omegamon. Very, very sick. We obviously saw it way back at the beginning of the Let's Play when we were watching the intro kind of tutorial area. Let's try and get ourselves to focus on Alphamon here. Try and polish him off first, and then hopefully that'll give us a bit of a fairer 1v1 against Omegamon here. And we should be done, guys. Paladramon is here, and he's going to show up. I guess we just had a couple more Digimon to Mac Jab at this point. Not even disappointed. That looks like a double limit break from these guys. So I am going to pop off my block here. We're going to take a Blade of the Dragon King and probably a Supreme Cannon, one after the other. Looks like that's exactly what's going to happen. Absolute horseshit. But it's good to know that when we beat these guys, we will have been able to beat them at full force. When they throw fucking everything in the kitchen sink at us, we're still managing to handle it. Look at that. 1 damage apiece. They can't even handle the combined of Clive and Steve. I don't know what we call these guys together, but there we have it. Alphamon is already out of the fight, and now we are down to the 1v1. I think it only makes sense based on the fact that Alphamon is the beginning that we kick his ass first. He's probably hating it at this point. He's probably wishing that he changed his name. But now we have, last of all, the last Digimon that we have to recruit inside the game, I am pretty sure, is Omegamon. And I think with the defeat of this guy, unless I'm much mistaken, we should get our trophy and our 200% prosperity, which feels insane. I can't believe we've actually made it to this point. But obviously, as the end, as he called himself, Omegamon, it makes sense that we're defeating this guy last. It just all comes together like a nice little neat jigsaw. A jigsaw with swords and weapons and wings and, you know, badassery, but you get where I'm coming from. I'm hoping that we can tangle with this guy soon. There is the Mac Jab hitting for 5k. If back in the day we knew that we were going to be dropping 5k Mac jabs, it would have obviously given us a bit of a booster, I guess, to try and carry us through, but here we go. He's going to try his absolute hardest to put us down, but it doesn't even scratch us at this point. So easy to block, so easy to power up. We've got the perfect montage music going on right now. We are going to drop one last Infernal Heart, Burning Heart, which should power us up. And then we are going to drop one last Positron Laser on this guy, and I think that this is going to be us winning the fight. Perfect time with the music. Feels good, man. Is this enough to defeat him? Looks like it is. Aye. We got there in the end, guys. We fucking got there. We did it somehow. Obviously, without saying, you know, it goes without saying, we get max stats for this fight. Is there two stronger Digimon in the Digimon universe? Probably. But the fact in this game, the fact that you have to fight both these guys at once is pretty tough. I don't know necessarily if it is the hardest fight in the game. Probably not. I've had some kind of secret intel from you guys, because obviously this is not the last thing we're going to be doing right now, guys. It may be the last thing in this bonus episode in particular, but we still have some quest lines to do. In fact, I think it's just one quest line left, and it is the one that we started with Jijimon at the end of bonus episode 10. So if you didn't catch that, don't worry about it. We'll get you all up to speed in a minute, but for the time being, let's just bask in this victory and feel good about ourselves. See what these two big guys have got to say. Omegamon, wonderful. We hope this power brings forth a new adventure, he says. The day will surely come when our power will be needed, says Alphamon. When that time comes, do not hesitate to call upon us. I see it the moment we join forces. Well, that certainly would be a good day. And with that, Omegamon and Alphamon join the city. We were at Prosperity 198, and I'm pretty sure that's going to take us up to 200. Let's find out. Tamer level goes up as well, to be expected, and there it is, guys. Revitalist is the trophy, or Revivalist, I should say. Feels good. Let's go back, talk to Jijimon, and see what he's got to say now that we've finally recruited the city 200%. We have finally gotten all the recruitments that there are in this game, and I feel like we should get some kudos. Knowing us, he's probably just going to say some absolute bullshit as always. Let's find out. You're back, Wolfie, and I have good news, he says. Alphamon has joined the city. He went to the Dimension District. I mean, kind of to be expected at this point. And Omegamon's probably the same, right? Going into the Dimension District also. Probably something to do with the space-time. And the city's prosperity is now 200%. I never thought I'd say this, but the city is complete. Fuck yeah, dude. Fuck yes. Alright, Jijimon. There we go. High five. We get our trophy. And with that, we are done so. We don't get like a party scene or anything like that, but I guess that was all done and dusted towards the end of the game when we finished our post game and whatever. So yeah, feels good, guys. I guess we could probably just before, for the sake of having a look around here, we could probably pop up to the Dimension District and have a look at some of our Digimon in here, maybe chat to them. I wondered if Alphamon and Omegamon might actually appear in here, but it looks like we've just got some of the Evo Digis. Maybe this changes depending on what time of day it is, I'm not sure, but anyways, listen once here, he says, Wolfie, how goes it? I've returned to this form at will, because obviously when we fought this guy last, he was in his big dragon mode, holding the ball, probably couldn't get himself in the doorway, and therefore he's went back to his original FM form. It might be a little serious, but we can call it a fan freebie. Of course, there are times when I want to go crazy, relax though, no need to worry. I found a nice space beyond the space-time transporter over there. Come out and hang over, it's a great place. I mean, I'm sure it is. Basically what he's saying there is, if you want to come over and have a little tango, a little dance with no pants with me, maybe not that specifically, but if you want to fight him, you can go and fight him. I have been called one of the 7 deadly Digimon, but I'm also my own Digimon. I'm pretty sure we spoke to Beelzemon before. Lilithmon, I'm honestly kind of anxious to talk to you, but regardless, I'm really interested in the space-time transporter, she says. Digimon returning from the other dimensions bring back special phase particles. I want to examine these, but I've got another dimension. And apparently she says she offers a reward. Whoa, I can't believe how often you take trips to other dimensions. Look at these particles, this is really great. Here's your reward. And we get 50,000 bits. So basically, if you defeat the paths of the space-time transporter, you can go back and talk to Lilithmon, and she'll give you a big fat stack of payoff rather, and maybe some extra services on the side, but we won't get into that now because there's kids watching. And I think that I thought maybe if we checked with some of these path lines, we could actually be able to fully, we might have had some extra ones available, but I'm pretty sure at this point that is all the paths that are available to us. So that is pretty much us, guys. This will be a nice short and snappy episode. We are kind of wrapping things up. I think what we will do is probably take ourselves along to Absolute Zero, so that when we begin our next episode, which will probably be our last ever bonus episode for Next Order, I think we can kick things off properly and immediately. So I don't want to go to the hinterland part of Absolute Zero. Come on, brain, work please. I'm going to go to regular Absolute Zero, and we're going to walk up our little path here. And yeah, that is pretty much us. So I'll fill you guys in. There is obviously the Alphamon and Omegamon fight, the beginning and the end, as they call themselves, is one of the most challenging fights in the game, as I've said 100 times this episode. But obviously that is not the hardest official fight in the game. It's the official hardest fight, if you like, maybe debatable. It's in the conversation anyway. But there are a couple more fights that we have to do, and it's to do with this post-game quest that I'm about to show you guys. Now we won't be doing it right now, but I will kind of talk about it briefly in case again you guys missed bonus episode 10. Bonus episode 10, we ran around and we completed the Numemon fights or the quest line when we were bouncing between all the bathrooms. We finished all that nonsense up, got that out of the way, and at the end of the episode, so that I could train in peace, we went into Jijimon's house and actually procced the beginning of this quest I'm about to show you guys right now. So basically what happened was we went in and we spoke to Jijimon after all the toiletry nonsense, and he basically congratulated us and told us that that there was other Digimon that had been revived and that they were waiting to fight us, and it is these Digimons up ahead. I don't want to get too close to them because I don't know how close we need to get before the questline will actually proc, but up ahead it looks like we've got a Megamon, Zort D, we've got Titanmon, and we also have some what look like Fugamon in the background as well, or some of the ice. I think is it Hydro Ogremon or something like that. It's something like that. I'm not entirely sure, but we're going to feed these guys. I think that we will probably punch in a save file here, guys, and when we come back, we will be doing our last ever bonus episode. In fact, I tell a lie, it might not be our last ever episode because we still need to do fishing, but it will be our last content episode, if you like, where we're actually completing the post game of this massive game. It's been such a long road, but I'm not going to get too much in it because we've already done all this before when we did our finale. But we are very close to the end at this point, guys. We have finally got our 200% prosperity, which I feel we can definitely be happy about that we've completed that. That is one of the biggest objectives in the game. And yeah, when we come back, we will be fighting this quest line. There is some really exciting battles coming up, guys, so I really encourage you to tune in and check those out. They will be, without a doubt, the hardest fights in the game, and I'm looking forward to putting our guys Clive and Steve here to the test. So thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the episode or whatever, leave me a rating as you guys always do. You're fantastic with those, and leave me any comments you want as well. And yeah, I will see you guys very soon. The next few episodes will be out in not too long, probably tomorrow. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye bye.